trust. Who goes there?
Hi, this is Chimes Media and I'm James Williams. Okay, I wanted to talk briefly about the Estonian elections, as the populist right seem to be gathering support across Europe. Estonia is a Baltic state, and I'll show you on the map exactly where it is, in case you don't know your geography. So it's only got a population of, 1.3 million. Enjoys strong economic growth and low unemployment. What happened on Sunday, the 3rd of March, they held an election, and the Centre Party, that's the name of the party, the Centre Party, led by Prime Minister Juri Ratas, was defeated. It was interestingly because his party won 22.3% of the vote, which gave him 26 seats in the 101-seat parliament. The party that came out on top was the centre-right opposition called the Reform Party, led by 41-year-old Kaja Kallas. And if she's selected to carry on as Prime Minister, to become Prime Minister, she'll be the first female Prime Minister in Estonian history. So the results were Reform Party 28.8% of the vote, giving them 34 seats. The Centre has 23.1%. I gave them 26 seats, and what is known as the far right, EKRE, 17.8%, which more than doubled its vote from the previous election. They've only been going since about 2012, so they're a fairly new party there. Now, what's interesting is the use of the term far right. Now, as I've been through far rights before, and again, they don't sort of define it. It's people they don't like, or they've got sort of views they don't like, and it's lumped in with extreme nationalism and you know, Mahatma Gandhi was a nationalist, wasn't he? Was he far right? I don't think so. Well, not in their terms anyway. So the term far right is a sort of turned out to be a collection of things that the lefties don't like in a particular person. So being proud of your country is somehow lumped as being far right. It used to be called patriotic at one stage in history. We seem to have lost a lot of that. So, and then we let anyone in and destroy whatever culture we've got left, don't we? And that's the problem. But focusing on EKRE, and they are. Let's look at their Wikipedia definition. EKRE, the Conservative People's Party of Estonia. The Conservative People's Party of Estonia is a national conservative political party in Estonia, and since 2013 its chairman has been Mart Helme, former Estonian ambassador to Russia. The party's identitarian youth wing, Blue Awakening, organises frequent nationalist torchlight marches in Estonia. Ideologically, the party is a descendant of the Estonian ethno-nationalist camp, which dates back to the Singing Revolution. Some political commentators place the EKRE on the right to far right, but party representatives reject this and support other ways of looking at the left-right axis. Right, well, that's fair enough. And that's come from Wikipedia, so that's a reasonable description of the party. But like I said, the far right thing is a pejorative term that's used to knock down anybody that happens to be nationalistic and is against all the immigration policies that we've foisted upon us. Looking at Kaja Kallas, who's virtually the Prime Minister-elect, she's a 41-year-old lawyer, former European Parliament member, took over as Reform leader less than a year ago. Kallas looks likely to face a difficult task in hammering out a coalition government in the Parliament where all other parties have ruled out governing with the Eurosceptic nationalists of EKRE. Well, that's kind of interesting since they are nicely placed in third, and so they're going to be discriminatory against them. And this is the purpose of this far right label. You know, it conjures up racist and excessively nationalistic and militant. And basically, I've said before, it's time newspapers stopped labelling parties that you don't like as far right. Far right is never explained. The far right are not Nazis. Nazis came from the left. Hitler was a Marxist. Mussolini was praised by Lenin for his fascism. Politics, and this is the thing, this is important, I've said this before, right? Rather than having a shopping list of describing things, as they do with the far right, they lump anything they don't like as being far right. If you don't agree with me, even though I might be extreme left, whatever it is, you're far right. So I think Stephen Pickerton referred to as the left pole. Like having the north-south pole. If you're at the north pole, every direction is south. If you're in the left pole, every direction is right. And the far right is a pejorative term meant to mean you're racist and all the rest of it. Well, it doesn't mean anything like that at all. It means being, you know, it's about being proud of your nationality, your culture, and wanting to keep it. What's wrong with that? That's the conservative side of it. But I think you need to use standard measures, because to stop yourself getting adrift. If you've got something which is philosophically tangible, that's a stronger way of describing a movement or a group than just saying, oh well, they follow these policies or those policies. I mean, like you take America, like for example, the Blue Party is the left-wing party, and the Red Party is the right-wing party. Well, supposedly. Whereas in Britain, it's the other way around. So, you know, you can't go on colours then, can you? Really, very well. Politics, as I've said before, is about the relationship between the state and the individual, basically. That's what it is. So, if you're right-wing, or right on the right side of things, it means you favour freedom of the individual. On the left, it's pro-state. It's like big state, supporting nationalisation of things, industry taking over, and even if you go to the extreme of the left, you end up with a communist state where you have no say in what you do, and because everything's governed by the state, even your thinking processes. Well, we're going that way naturally anyway. There seems to be a natural drift towards leftism and increasing state power. On the right is about restoring individual freedoms and defending those freedoms. So freedom of expression, freedom to do what you wish. The problem with the far right, if you go to the actual far right, you end up with anarchy, because you have no state, no legislation, and it's just basically rule of nature. So I'm not against, I don't want far right or far left. I want a balance in between. I want to have freedom of individuals with a bit of state there to help to you know, sort out disputes. And I mean, personally, I'm against the death penalty, because I think that's an imposition of the state on an individual, and it gives the state the power of life and death over others, and I don't want them with that sort of power. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say for now on Estonia, and until next time, take care of yourself.